Now, if you're a holder of Dogecoin, let me tell you, this video is going to be very important for you, so listen up closely. If you just look at the daily chart for Dogecoin, you'll come to a realization that ever since February beginning, we have been on a downtrend for the super trend. The only time we actually got close to actually breaking above this downtrend was actually close to the end of March. Ever since, we have been pretty much sticking to the downtrend, and currently, as Bitcoin is slowly starting to make a recovery, the altcoins were also showing strength yesterday. But today morning, a lot of outflow actually cleared that strength, and now let's just say Dogecoin is consolidating close to 16 cents. The first resistance that Dogecoin market will have to break through will be close to 17 cents, and to flip the super trend into a positive sentiment, we will have to get over close to 19 cents. Now on the other end, if you just look at the way Bitcoin is performing, let's say 24 hours ago, Bitcoin was doing well, and also you can talk about majority of the other tokens were doing well. The altcoin season was slowly starting to make a return, but today morning you can see that Bitcoin was able to recapture 88,000, while majority of the altcoins actually experienced an outflow of cash. That's why the CMC altcoin season index has fallen back into the Bitcoin season. And Bitcoin open interest has surged by 3.2 billion in the past 24 hours, signaling a sharp rise in leverage. What does this mean? Well, leverage trading increasing will definitely give a little bit of a boost, but if there is a little bit of a pullback, that can definitely impact in a very negative way. On the other end, Bitcoin ETF has recorded a consistent outflow over the past 40 days, while Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin in key metrics, while analysts predict we're ready to get to $1 for the Dogecoin price. Now, before we get into the details of all this, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with the Dogecoin market, scroll down, tap the red subscribe button, and especially turn on your notifications so you can be getting to these videos quickly as possible, so you can stay up to date with the latest and the greatest news first. While you're there, slap a like on the video, just up to YouTube algorithm and push the video out to more people. More people are paying attention to what's happening to Dogecoin. They decide to buy into it, it starts spiking up, and a lot of us make a lot of profit. So make sure you go down and slap a like on it. Now, first of all, I want to show you guys the open interest. You can see it's up 4% for Bitcoin, and if you just pay attention to the long to the short ratio, it will give you a little bit of understanding, because you can see that slowly the sellers are actually controlling the market. Especially you can see that it's not by a huge margin, but this is the first time in a long time where the sell or the short traders are higher as compared to the long traders, expecting the price to actually fall short. But the way Bitcoin market is moving, there is definitely a lot more room for the upwards momentum, and something similar is happening with Dogecoin, but on the other end. What I mean by that is you can see the open interest is close to 750 million, which is a lot less as compared to Bitcoin. But if we talk about the open interest, what is being favored? 69% towards the long traders, or 31% towards the short traders. So this should give you a little bit of an idea why there is a lot of analysts which are predicting the price to actually go to $1. Now, Dogecoin price has shown a sign of recovery after dipping to approximately 15.3. Additionally, the broader 14-day performance reflects a notable 17% gain, and the type of momentum or the cup and handle pattern that it's starting to form, there's definitely an upwards momentum that will follow through, which is most likely going to break its previous all-time high and climb all the way to $1. Now, the rise was actually able to make it to 80 cents, but there is definitely a lot more potential this time around, as market usually favors the upwards momentum. And this is huge. This is incorrect. The 17th was an inflow day, as was the 15th and the 14th. Now, this is interesting because I know what the person is talking about. It's talking about this part. Now, you need to understand that that short little bit of momentum coming into a positive trend is not a good idea, because that's not going to be changing the overall concept in terms of how well the ETFs are doing. The ETFs have actually impacted the crypto market in a little bit of a negative way as time is going, as compared to positive. And Dogecoin actually outperforms Bitcoin. The data shows that Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin is a large transaction volume and daily active addresses by 41% and 34%. Bitcoin, on the other end, recorded decline of 11% in large transaction volume and 10% in daily active addresses despite the general market rebound. So Bitcoin still leads in price and trading volume, but overall ETF review and play. While ETF is definitely causing a little bit of an upwards momentum, but it's not in the positive way that a lot of people are anticipating. Excitement grew after the annual Doge Day celebration on the 20th of April, a day dedicated to Dogecoin community support for the asset, which sparked the renewed hype and optimism, but the market was not able to keep climbing, and currently it is in a little bit of shambles. Now, Bank and Standard Chartered Bank seek to expand crypto operations in the US. Now, you guys know Trump wants to do a lot of things in the US. Most of the things which will be used by the people, they want to ensure that it is made in US. So there's more banks which are slowly starting to expand their, let's just say, operations into the United States, and you can see that the altcoin season is actually trending on Twitter. While Bitcoin approaches 88,000 as US markets react to interest rate speculation and economic uncertainty. Now, there is a lot of, let's just say, debate between our boys, which is Powell and Trump. It's very, very interesting because Powell was elected by Trump, but now he doesn't like him by calling him major loser. And let's just say, if this all goes as planned, what would happen in the overall future? Well, if Powell is kicked out of the office, it would make it a lot harder to run and trust the United States. That's all I'm going to say. But on the 7th of March, we know that the interest rate will be, coming to a little bit of a surprise, and a lot of people are anticipating that the interest rates will be dropping. Therefore, the riskier assets will start pumping, and that's why a lot of people anticipate Bitcoin to actually do extremely well. Now, Pro Crypto Paul officially sworn in as the SEC chairman. There's been a lot of talks about this, but today is the first day where he's actually now officially the chairman of SEC. And 60% of traders on Binance with an open Bitcoin position are betting on the downside. So this should give you perspective that there is a lot of downwards momentum which is trying to be caused. But one thing that is for sure you need to understand is this is good, because if the leverage trades are very, very heavy, what's going to happen is if there is a little bit of a strong pull up, a lot of these people are going to liquidate it. And when they get liquidated over time, it's going to actually pull up even higher. So upwards momentum and volatility will be much greater. That's all I'm going to say. And Dogecoin skyrockets 80% in volume as price marks a crucial rebound. Now, the rebound is very interesting if you look at the way it's actually performing in the 1 hour chart, because the last 1 hour there is definitely a lot of buying pressure that's coming in and giving a little bit of momentum for the market to actually finally start climbing very quickly. And currently the market is in a positive trend, but breaking a little bit higher will give it that boost it is required. And markets tumble as Trump slams Fed, stokes tariff tension. So there is a lot of uncertainty, but one thing for sure is we're still in a bull market. You just need to be a little patient. This is no financial advice, just my personal opinion. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.